Hello, a blessed Wednesday to you. This is Wednesday Coffee with me, Pastor Justin. It's Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. We live in a messy world, which you already know, and you probably, if you live around here, also know that we are in for a messy weekend, apparently. In the face of all that, I want to bring you just a little bit of lightness and breath, I hope, today. We'll get to that in a minute. First, though, let's talk a little bit about this weekend. We were contacted by Mission Granbury, and they've asked us to serve as a warming shelter this weekend for anybody that needs it. So we will be that. The forecast, if anything, has gotten worse. I mean, yesterday we were talking about 10 inches of snow. The latest I've seen, for reasons, meteorological reasons that I don't understand, the latest prediction is that there will be just as much precipitation as expected, but now instead of 10 inches of snow, it's going to be 2 inches of ice, which is even worse. So we are preparing for that. We hope you're preparing for that. The first thing I want to let you know is that if there is anything you need, if you get in a pinch, if you lose your power, if you need help, you can call us. Call me. Call Pastor Austin. Call Heath. And we will do whatever we can to get out and help. We have folks that have four-wheel drive that have offered to come out and assist if needed. Mission Granbury also has asked us to be a warming shelter, and Heath is planning to be here all weekend. He's going to come up Friday, camp out. I'm probably going to come Saturday, be here in advance of Sunday so I can be sure to get here. But they're going to bring cots. They're going to bring food. The last couple times that's happened, we didn't end up having any takers on the shelter. And so we don't want to call a bunch of folks to come out and be here unnecessarily. Having said that, if we do get a significant number of folks here and we need some help, we may put out a call at some point this weekend. And if you have four-wheel drive, if you're sure that you can get here safely, we might look for your help at that time. But we really want you to stay home, stay warm, stay safe this weekend. Sunday morning, we will always worship on Sunday morning in one shape or another, one way, shape, or form. Whether that is, streaming on a phone from our homes or whatever. Our plan for this weekend is to go ahead and stream worship from here. We're not going to lock the doors, but again, we want to encourage you just to stay home, stay warm, stay safe. Join us online for worship, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock. We'll kind of keep the same plan. The worship is going to have to look a little bit different based upon having a skeleton crew up here. But one way or another, we will worship together, share communion, have some elements ready for yourself at home if you're going to worship with us in that way. And it'll be worship because the Spirit isn't bound by space. The Spirit can move between us wherever we are this weekend. Let us know once again if you have questions, if there's anything you need. But really, don't come on Sunday. We're gonna, no Sunday school, no nursery, no kids program, and we have canceled the donut order. So really, no reason to come up on Sunday morning. Worship with us online. All right. Having said all of that, a little bit of fun for you here. I would like to present. I've been thinking about this for a little while now. These are the FCC Granbury Best Name Awards for 2026. I went through our church database and looked at all of your names and engaged in a very scientific study of which ones were best and most unique, most interesting. So a lot of names that I consider. We've got some good folks with good names in this church. I did notice that we have quite a few folks who have the two first name thing going on. We've got Danny Dwight, and sometimes people call him Dwight. David Dennis often gets called Dennis. Gail Joyce, of course, Rick Ricks. He's got two names and they're pretty much the same, even though Rick isn't really his first name. But with all of those said, let me cover 5 categories here. FCC Granbury Name Awards 2026. Let's start with the most powerful, most powerful name in our congregation. I'm going to give an honorable mention to Thomas and Lee McCracken because I love the name McCracken. And if it were their son, Kirby, he would be in contention for a couple of these. Kirby McCracken is one of the great names of the Western world, in my opinion. But that McCracken is just a good and powerful name. And Thomas and Lee recently joined the church, and we're grateful for them. Okay, and so our most powerful name, we got a tie. We're going to have a couple of ties here. I think most powerful name among the congregation of FCC Granbury is a tie between Rich Bold and Ellen Bonesteel. Bonesteel. Rich Bold. I mean, that's look, you got two adjectives there, both of which are powerful. Rich Bold and Ellen Bonesteel tie for the most powerful name. How about most lyrical? I have to give an honorable mention here to Libby Lanzera. I think Libby Lanzera is just a beautiful lyrical name that rolls right off the tongue. But for the champions and most lyrical, I'm going to have to call it a tie between Carol Farrell Bienduga. I like the rhyming part, of course, of Carol Farrell, but with the addition of Bienduga, Carol Farrell Bienduga, it just kind of flows. And by the way, I told Bill this morning at men's group that I've just been thinking about this lately, how grateful I am that Bill and Carol found each other late in life. What a beautiful marriage they have, and they've been a blessing to so many of us here. All right, and Carol ties with, this is tough to beat, Fairy Jolly. Fairy Jolly, Fairyjolly, Fairy Jolly, lyrical name. Fairy sings beautifully sometimes with our praise team. She's a wonderful person and has a great lyrical name. So most lyrical, Fairy Jolly and Carol Farrell Bienduga. All right, how about most Texas? Most Texas name. Once again, I think we got a tie there, and on that one, I'm gonna have to go first of all with Scooter Thomas. Scooter Thomas. That's a pretty good Texas name right there, right? Scooter Thomas, and then I got to go with Tim and Janet Outlaw. Tim and Janet Outlaw. I'm sure, I don't know how many times they've heard somebody talk about their last name and what that might say about their character. By the way, they are two of the best people we have around this church. Wonderful folks, great character, but a pretty awesome Texas name. Tim and Janet Outlaw. All right, how about, and I'm going to give an honorable mention. I forgot about the honorable mention in most Texas name for Leanne McClanahan. Maybe that should have been a three-way tie. That's a pretty good Texas name too. Leanne McClanahan. I mean, she doesn't just rhyme herself once. She rhymes herself twice in a good Texas way. Leanne McClanahan. All right. Most unique name. I really like, honorable mention is going to go to a name I really like, Spruce Griffith. I think that's a good name. Spruce Griffith. Very unique. I have never met anybody before with that name. Maybe I've met a Spruce, maybe one or two Griffiths, but you put those together, Spruce Griffith, great name, very unique. But I think the most unique name has to go to Eam Spatzerath. And I would guess that Eam is probably the only person in the world with that name. Eam is Korean American. She has a traditional Korean American name in Eam, and she married Ed Spatzerath. Spatzerath being a Germanic name, Eam Spatzerath. What an awesome and unique name, and she is an awesome and unique person. And by the way, a pretty good pickleball player. Don't mess with Eam on the court. All right, and that brings us to best overall name. And I don't know, some of those other ones we've named probably could have been candidates for this one too. Fairy Jolly, that's a great name. But I'm going to give best overall name, FCC Granbury 2026, to a 7-year-old, an awesome 7-year-old named Ellington Stone Rock. Ellington Stone Rock. Best overall name because it is both lyrical and powerful. Stone Rock and lyrical, musical. Ellington. He is named after Duke Ellington. He comes from a musical family. Both of his parents are musicians. He is one of my favorite little people, and he is awesome and has an awesome name, Ellington Stone Rock. So best overall name goes to Ellington Stone Rock. Tell me in the comments if you agree. Tell me what great names I've missed, and then more importantly than all that, be safe this weekend. Let us know if you need help, if your power goes out, any of that kind of stuff. Give us a call. I will be praying for all of you. I hope you have a blessed week, and I hope to see you on the other side of this storm. God bless you, and happy Wednesday.